Right then, let's look at some monitoring accuracy trends. Okay, so we're going to look at monitoring points across a year. I'm going to choose year 13. Could be year 10, 11, 12, 13. And we're going to look at any gap analysis. So I am going to first of all choose which set of monitoring grade points that I want to look at. So this blue button here, I'm going to go into monitoring grades. I'm going to choose this year. I'm going to pretend I'm going to wish a year away, and I'm going to pretend that it's around about March of next year, and I'm going to have a few monitoring points in there for year 13. So what we're now going to do is click into the subject area, and you will see that I have 4 year 13 monitoring points. You see, I'm wishing us away until March. So these are all my subjects. Let me just simplify by just popping off all the BTECs. Sorry if you're looking at BTECs, but I'll just take A levels there. Now then, let's say I want to do a comparison group or a gap analysis on my gender. So on here, I've got compare and edit button. Click on that. And at the moment, it's clicked on gender, and I've got male and female. Incidentally, with the custom column feature, if you've added your own custom columns to that, you'll be able to filter by those as well as these 3 standard comparison groups. Okay, for the purposes of today, let's stick with gender. I'm going to apply that. Now, the first thing that happens is this. You get vertically the female and the male split. But if you, and that's great, and you can look at the gaps in terms of that trend. If you notice up here though, you've got a show all students in one table. Let me click that and show you what that does. For the current monitoring point, so that's just for one monitoring point, which in my case happens to be MP3. What it's showing me is those side by side on the table. So I can then have a little look and see what my gender gap might look like for different subjects. So biology, for example, I have got a significant gender gap between the girls who are on 0.83, the boys are on 0.96. That is less than 0.1, but it's getting towards half a grade of a difference between the boys and the girls. We're sort of converse to that. Where was I looking? Business studies. Business studies is the opposite look, and the boys, the 10 boys there, are actually underperforming with respect to those girls. So it's a nice little neat table to show you that gap analysis. If I unclick it again, you go back to the vertical sort of table view where you can look at that trend over different monitoring points. If you want to look at it for a different monitoring point rather than the MP3, all I have to do is pop back into this, choose a different monitoring point as my, if you like, my end of the trend. If you see what I mean, there's my MP2 now, and pop it on there, and then I can see if that trend exists, and it doesn't in biology. So either something dramatic has happened to the girls between monitoring point 2 and 3, or the biology department's predictions are slightly awry and you might want to check. Either way, you're going to want to check that.